Hello friends, welcome to GK Rapid Brain YouTube channel. Today in this video, I have brought science general question and answer on food for School of Specialized Excellence SoSE STEM, which will be asked in all exam. This video is first part. Let's start. First question: consumptions of khesari dal with arhar dal leads to which of the following disease? Options: A. Letharism, B. Anemia, C. Dropsy, D. Kala Azar. Right answer is A. Letharism. The consumption of khesari dal, Letharis sativus with arhar dal, Kazan leads to a disease called letharism. Khesari dal contains a toxin called beta and oxalyl alpha beta diaminopropionic acid ODAP, which can cause letharism if consumed in large quantities. Letharism is a neurological disorder that causes paralysis of the lower limbs. It can also cause numbness, tingling, and pain in the legs. Arhar dal does not contain ODAP, but it can be adulterated with khesari dal. If you are unsure whether your arhar dal is pure, it is best to avoid it. Anemia, dropsy, and kala azar are not caused by the consumption of khesari dal. Second question: which is used for the treatment of diarrhea? Stands for options: A. Oral recharging solution, B. Oral reducing solution, C. Oral replenishing solution, D. Oral rehydration solution. The answer is D. Oral rehydration solution. ORS is a glucose-based salt solution that is used to prevent and treat dehydration, particularly in diarrhea patients. It helps to replace the fluids and electrolytes that are lost through diarrhea. Third question: ragi is the richest source of options: A. Iron, B. Calcium, C. Iodine, D. Vitamin B complex. The right answer is B. Calcium. Ragi is the richest source of calcium. It contains about 377 mg of calcium per 100 grams, which is more than most other foods. Calcium is an important mineral for bone health, and it can also help to prevent osteoporosis. Other nutrients found in ragi include protein. Ragi is a good source of protein with about 10 grams per 100 grams. Protein is important for building and repairing tissue, and it can also help to keep you feeling full. Fiber: ragi is a good source of fiber with about 4 grams per 100 grams. Fiber is important for digestion, and it can also help to lower cholesterol levels. Magnesium: ragi is a good source of magnesium with about 77% of the daily value per 100 grams. Magnesium is a mineral that helps the body to use carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Magnesium: ragi is a good source of magnesium with about 37% of the daily value per 100 grams. Magnesium is a mineral that helps the body to regulate blood sugar levels, and it can also help to prevent migraines. Fourth question: why does a piece of bread when chewed tastes sweet? Options: A. The sugar content of bread is drawn out. B. The taste buds are stimulated by chewing. C. Salivary action converts starch into maltose. D. It does not taste sweet. It is just an illusion. The answer is salivary action converts starch into maltose. When you chew bread, the salivary in your mouth mixes with the starch in the bread. The salivary contains an enzyme called amylase, which breaks down the starch into maltose. Maltose is a type of sugar, and it is what gives bread its sweet taste. The fifth question: cereals are mainly rich in options: A. Glucose, B. Maltose, C. Proteins, D. Starch. The right answer is starch. Cereals are mainly rich in starch. Starch is a type of carbohydrate that is found in many foods, including cereals, bread, pastas, and potatoes. It is a complex carbohydrate, which means that it takes longer to digest than simple carbohydrates such as glucose and fructose. Starch is an important source of energy for the body, and it can also help to regulate blood sugar levels. Cereals are a good source of starch, and they also contains other nutrients such as fiber, proteins, and vitamins. Sixth question, pulses are a good source of options A. Carbohydrates, B. Fats, C. Proteins, D. Vitamins. The right answer is C. Proteins. Pulses are known to be an excellent source of protein nutrients. Along with proteins, they also contain minerals and vitamins. It is also a very cheap source of protein. Storage proteins like albumin and globulin make up the majority of the proteins found in pulses. The primary storage proteins in pulse seeds are globulins, which account for 35 to 72% of the total protein in the seeds. Albumins make up the majority of the remaining protein component. Seventh question, which of the following statement is correct? Options A. Plants carry on photosynthesis all the time. B. Plants carry on photosynthesis during the night and respiration during the day. C. Plants carry on photosynthesis during the day and respiration all the time. D. Plants carry on respiration and photosynthesis alternately all the time. The right answer is C. Plants carry on photosynthesis during the day and respiration all the time. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants use sunlight to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen. Respiration is the process by which plants use glucose and oxygen to produce energy. Plants carry on photosynthesis during the day where there is sunlight available. They use the sunlight to power the process of photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, plants release oxygen into the atmosphere. Plants also carry on respiration all the time, even at night. They use glucose and oxygen to produce energy, and they release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. 8th question, plants absorb most part of water needed by them through their options A. Embryonic zone, B. Growing point, C. Root hairs, D. Zone of elongation. The right answer is C. Root hairs. Root hairs are the tiny thread-like projection that extend from the root tips of plants. They are very good at absorbing water and nutrients from the soil. 9th question, which of the following is used by green plants for the manufacture of sugar? Options A. Carbon dioxide, B. Sunlight, C. Water, D. All of the above. The right answer is all of the above. Green plants use carbon dioxide, water and sunlight to manufacture sugar. This process is called photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, the plant uses the energy from sunlight to split water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen is then used to combine with carbon dioxide to form sugar. The sugar is then used by the plant for energy or stored for later use. 10th question, roughage necessary constituent of diet consists large of indigestible. Options A. Carbohydrates such as cellulose and lignin, B. Carbohydrates, cellulose and lignin and unsaturated fatty acids, C. Carbohydrates, cellulose and lignin and semi-cooked meat, D. All of these. The right answer is A. Carbohydrates such as cellulose and lignin. Roughage is a type of fiber that is found in plant food. It is not digested by the human body, but it is important for gut health. Roughage helps to keep the digestive system healthy by adding bulk to the stool and helping to move it through the intestines. The two main types of roughage are cellulose and lignin. Cellulose is a type of carbohydrate that is found in the cell walls of plant. Lignin is a type of complex carbohydrate that is found in the cell walls of plant. Both cellulose and lignin are indigestible by humans. 11th question, what should be given to an athlete for instant energy? Options A. Carbohydrates, B. Protein, C. Fat, D. Vitamin. The right answer is A. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the body's preferred source of energy. They are broken down into glucose, which is the body's main source of energy. Carbohydrates are found in many foods, including fruits, vegetables, grains, and dairy products. Proteins are also a source of energy, but they are not as quickly broken down as carbohydrate. Fat are the body's most concentrated source of energy, but they are not as easily digested as carbohydrates. So the best choice of an athlete who need instant energy is carbohydrates. Here are some examples of foods that are high in carbohydrates. In fruits, bananas, grapes, apples, oranges. In vegetables, potatoes, corn, carrot, peas. In grains, bread, pasta, rice, cereal. In dairy products, milk, yogurt, cheese. It is important to note that not all carbohydrates are created equal. Some carbohydrates are simple carbohydrates which are broken down quickly and can cause a spike in blood sugar levels. Other carbohydrates are complex carbohydrates which are broken down more slowly and provide sustained energy. 12th question. The largest part of most diet is made up of options: A. Nucleic acid, B. Proteins, C. Carbohydrates, D. Lipids. The right answer is C. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the largest part of most diet. They are found in foods such as bread, rice, pasta, fruits and vegetables. Carbohydrates provide the body with energy and are essential for good health. Nucleic acid, proteins and lipids are also important components of the diet, but they are not as abundant as carbohydrates. Nucleic acid are the building blocks of DNA and RNA, which are essential for cell function. Proteins are essential for building and repairing tissues and for transporting nutrients and oxygen throughout the body. Lipids are essential for storing energy, insulating the body and protecting organs. However, carbohydrates are the most abundant nutrient in most diets, making up about 45 to 65% of total calories. 13th question. A vegetarian may get the required phosphorus for his body form. Options: A. Fish, B. Milk, C. Rice, D. Soybean. The right answer is milk. Adult needs 700 mg of phosphorus per day. The daily value for phosphorus is 1000 mg. Phosphorus is present in vegetarian foods such as milk and dairy products, bread, breakfast, cereals, nuts, fruits, vegetables, and soft drinks. 14th question. In the human body, fats are stored in options: A. Epithelial cells, B. Adipose tissues, C. Epidermis, D. Liver. The right answer is adipose tissues. Adipocytes, also known as fat cells, are the cells that store fat in the human body. Adipose tissues is found throughout the body, but it most abundant in the subcutaneous tissues under the skin, around the organs and in the bone marrow. Epithelial cells are the cells that line the body's surface such as the skin, the lining of the digestive tract and the respiratory tract. They do not store fat. The epidermis is the outermost layer of the skin. It is made up of epithelial cells and does not store fat. The liver is major organ that plays a role in many metabolic processes, including the metabolism of fats. However, the liver does not store fat in large quantities. 15th question. Which of the following is the principal organ of digestion and absorption of food in our body? Options: A. Large intestine, B. Liver, C. Pancreas, D. Small intestine. The right answer is D. Small intestine. The small intestine is the longest part of the digestive tract. It is about 20 feet long and is located in the abdomen. The small intestine is responsible for the majority of digestion and absorption of food. The small intestine is divided into three parts: the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum. The duodenum is the first part of the small intestine. It is about 10 inches long and is where most of the digestion of food takes place. The jejunum is the middle part of the small intestine. It is about 8 feet long and is where most of the absorption of food takes place. The ileum is the last part of the small intestine. It is about 12 feet long and is where the remaining absorption of food takes place. The other options are incorrect. The large intestine is responsible of absorption of water and electrolytes. The liver is involved in the metabolism of nutrients. The pancreas produces enzymes that are involved in the digestion of food. 16 question. Workers in deep mines usually suffer from dehydration because options A. Water is lost due to evaporation. B. Water is lost due to defecation. C. Water is lost in the form of urine. D. Water lost along with salts in the form of sweat. The right answer is D. Water lost along with salts in the form of sweat. Deep mines are typically hot and humid, which can lead to excessive sweating. Sweating is the body's way of cooling itself down, but it also causes the loss of water and electrolytes. If workers in deep mines do not drink enough fluids to replace the water and electrolytes they are losing through sweating, they can become dehydrated. The other options are incorrect. Water is not lost due to evaporation in deep mines as the air is already saturated with moisture. Water is not lost due to defecation in deep mines as the amount of water lost in feces is relatively small. Water is lost in the form of urine in deep mines, but this is not the main cause of dehydration. So the best choice for why workers in deep mines usually suffer from dehydration is because they lose water along with salts in the form of sweat. 17 question. All of the following are constituents of chlorophyll molecules except options A. Calcium, B. Carbon, C. Hydrogen, D. Magnesium. The right answer is A. Calcium. Chlorophyll is a green plant pigment found in plants that is responsible for photosynthesis. It is made up of 4 main elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and magnesium. Calcium is not a constituent of chlorophyll molecules. Carbon is most abundant element in chlorophyll molecules, making up about 50% of the molecule. Hydrogen makes up about 20% of the molecule. Oxygen makes up about 15% of the molecule, and the magnesium takes up about 10% of the molecule. 18 question. Which of the following is rich in all the 3 foods: carbohydrate, proteins and fats? Options A. Rice grains, B. Soybean seeds, C. Mango fruit, D. Cabbage leaves. The right answer is B. Soybean seeds. Soybean seeds are good source of all 3 macronutrients: carbohydrates, proteins and fats. They are also a good source of fiber, vitamins and minerals. Carbohydrates are the body's main source of energy. Proteins are needed for building and repairing tissues. Fats are needed for storing energy, insulating the body and protecting organs. So, soybean seeds are a good choice for a healthy and balanced diet. The other options are incorrect. Rice grains are a good source of carbohydrates, but they are not good source of proteins or fats. Mango fruit is a good source of carbohydrate and sugar, but it is not a good source of proteins or fats. Cabbage leaves are a good source of fiber and vitamins, but they are not a good source of carbohydrates, proteins or fats. 19 question. Rheumatic heart patients are especially advised against taking options A. Fats, B. Salt, C. Carbohydrates, D. Proteins. The right answer is B. Salt. Rheumatic heart disease is a condition that affects the heart valves. It is caused by a reaction to a streptococcal infection. Rheumatic heart disease can cause the heart valves to become leaky or narrowed. Salt can increase the workload on the heart. This is because salt can cause the body to retain water. When the body retains water, it puts more strain on the heart. So, rheumatic heart patients are advised to limit their intake of salt. The other options are incorrect. Fats, carbohydrates, and proteins are not known to increase the workload on the heart. 20 question. What converts glycogen to glucose? Options A. Glucagon, B. Insulin, C. Adrenaline, D. Both A and B. The right answer is A. Glucagon. The glucagon is a hormone that is produced by pancreas. It is released when blood sugar levels are low. Glucagon tells the liver to break down glucagon into glucose. Glucose is the body's main source of energy. Insulin is another hormone that is produced by the pancreas. It is released when blood sugar levels are high. Insulin tells the cells to take in glucose. So glucagon converts glycogen to glucose, while insulin tells the cells to take in glucose. The other options are incorrect. Adrenaline is a hormone that is released in response to stress. It does not convert glycogen to glucose. Thank you friends for watching the video. I hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe. If you want to ask anything, please comment with me. Jai Hind.